Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Bloom Outdoors. Hopefully you enjoyed that little cold start from the truck sitting all day at work in the same spot. It's definitely been louder than that before, but that is just kind of what you get on a 60 degree day in Nebraska. Started at like 30 degrees this morning. So anyways, today's video we're going to be talking about the tuner I got on the truck. It is the SCT BDX tune. Right now I'm running a 91 performance tune. So 91 from the pump is in the truck right now. Almost out of gas, as you can maybe see there. 83 miles till empty. And if you can read the screen there, it says average of 15.0 miles per gallon on this tank. I reset the trip one meter thing, whatever you want to call it, the trip meter, once I filled up on this tank of gas. I know that's actually not right because I've done the calculation before, and typically the truck reads about 1 mile an hour or 1 mile per gallon better than what the truck actually gets. So it's reading 15, we're probably getting about 14, which is still pretty good. But that's also with me driving the truck like moderately okay. When I like to be heavy on the gas, it likes to be like 11, maybe 12 miles per gallon. But anyways, with this video, I just kind of wanted to compare what the truck drives like stock versus with the tune on it. So one thing you want to pay attention to is the gears on here. As you can see there, right down in there. So I put the tuner on when the truck was stock height, stock wheels and tires. And then a little while after I got the lift, put the wheels and tires on, all that kind of good stuff. So anyways, when the truck was stock, I think I got like 16 miles to the gallon. And then once I put the tune on, it increased it a lot. I ended up getting like 20. And then I think a couple times I even got like 28 driving on the highway. So the miles per gallon increased pretty good with the tune on it. I also noticed the difference in the horsepower too. You got a lot more horsepower and torque to it. So I'm kind of curious though, with the 35s that are on it, how will the truck drive and compare to it being stock? Even with the tune on it and the big wheels, you can still see it's got some get up to her. It spun the tires, if you could maybe hear that. So it still drives pretty quick. Obviously it's going to be faster this way than stock, but I am curious to see what the difference will be like. So it's not completely stock because it does have a cold air intake on it, and it also has the throttle controller. And then also the tune, I believe too, includes like a throttle controller on it the way it is. So the gas pedal already becomes more touchy. So right now I just barely put my foot down and you're going. And I know once I change that, get rid of the tune on it, then it is not gonna be like that. It's gonna be really weird. I feel like I'm driving really slow, but I'm curious to see what it's like. The biggest thing is with these super high gas prices, I really want to see what kind of gas mileage I'm getting. I want to see if it's any better and how much better it is, if it is better. But like I said, right now we're running 91 in it, so I'm going home right now from work. I'm gonna take the tune off it and then drive it, see what it's like. Just do a little comparison test. So I do remember before I put the tune on it, that I think it was anytime you would let off the gas, you would hear like the shutter noise. It would go like or something. I don't know if that was the exhaust, the intake. I don't really remember what it was or exactly what the noise was, but I remember when you let off the gas, it made some kind of weird noise. Keep in mind, this is a 5.0, but I do remember that happening, and I know it wasn't only this truck because I've seen it on a couple other people on YouTube too. They said that their truck was doing the same thing, which I thought was weird. I don't really know what that problem is, or if it's a problem or what it is. But anyways, I remember it doing that. Once I put the tune on it, it quit doing that. Also, the gearing, I don't remember what it used to be like on the highway, but I can tell you right now, I never hit 10th gear. I think I've hit 10th gear like maybe twice, and I drive highway every single day. But it shifts through the gears just fine in town. Once you hit about 45, it's 7th gear. But it is kind of weird because if you watch the gears, I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell or not, but the truck will stay in 5th gear like this. Just like this. See, I'm going 45 miles an hour. The truck will stay in 5th gear until I let off the gas. Then it'll shift to 6th and 7th. If you never get off the gas, or if the truck notices you're going uphill, it will stay in 5th gear and just stay at whatever the RPMs was, like 3 grand or something, 2,500. But that is something to notice. It's really weird. I know in some trucks, or most trucks, I guess, like without a tune, if the truck does something weird like that and doesn't shift, typically you're already off the gas and you just have to press the gas down and it'll shift, and it just does some weird jolt or something. But with this tune, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I have gotten used to it, but sometimes it is annoying, especially like right now. If I was going up the hill, be in 5th gear, and it would just stay in 5th gear until I get over the hill and let off the gas. Or you're going flat and let off the gas. But if you're going uphill and let off the gas, it will continue to stay in 5th gear. Also, it will never go into 8th gear, from what I found, unless you are using cruise control. Then it will shift into 8th gear. Very rarely will it go into 9th, but sometimes on the highway, like if you're going downhill with the wind behind you, then it'll shift into 9th gear. It does a lot of shifting on the highway because the exhaust, it's very loud on the highway. Not good gas mileage. Yeah, rarely hit 10th gear. Occasionally you'll hit 9th, but then right once you get going back uphill, it'll shift back down. You can't hit 9th gear if you're going flat. You have to be going downhill and it'll shift into 9th. But the way it'll work is it'll shift up one at a time, and then when it'll downshift by 2. So let's say you're in 9th gear. When it's going to go downshift, it'll go into 7th, and then you're back to 8th, and then 9th again. Or if you're in 8th gear, which is probably what it's in most of the time, is 8th gear when you're on the highway. So it's in 8th gear, and you can see here, I let off the gas a little, but I was only going 40, and then I let off the gas again there, came out of 6th into 7th. So it's weird, you have to like let off the gas to let the truck shift. That is weird. But it's mostly in 8th when you're driving down the highway, but I have noticed if it's super windy or something, you're in 8th, it will downshift into like 6th, and the truck gets really loud. But then it'll go from 6th and then 7th into 8th to downshift again. But like I said, it's just really weird. So that's kind of my brief summary of how the truck drives with the tune on it. I don't have any huge complaints. RPMs, I think it hits about 7,500 before it shifts when you go really hard on it, like pedal to the floor. And then it feels like your trans is gonna blow up because it'll roast the tires when it shifts, and then your whole like rear end scoots to the side a little bit, and it feels like it's gonna blow up. It's not a great feeling. I don't really do that much anymore. I did right away when I got it because it was fun, but now I don't. But yeah, I really just don't drive the truck that hard anymore, especially because I moved out of town, so I'm driving a lot more highway. Kind of want to take the tune off, just see what gas mileage is like. The tune's kind of fun when you're in town driving around and stuff, but it's not necessarily something that's needed. Like I said, I am to the point where I'm kind of used to it. I do have really good throttle response. Like right now, I can just hit it. I just barely tap the gas, and it's just like a kind of thing with my foot, and you can see the truck move. I do remember with the tune not being on it, you did not have that. You really had to kind of lay into it to get it to start moving. I know I'm really boring you guys probably, and I kind of wanted to record the whole drive just so you guys could see what it was like, but at the same time that would take forever, and I'm sure this video is already long just from me saying all this, and I'm sure it'll be even longer with later, but that's just kind of my brief summary of how the truck drives. So kind of the next step is just take the tune off. We're still going to be running the 91 in it, so the gas will be the same, just to kind of compare. And like I said, I probably won't show you guys all the driving of that either, but I'm gonna drive it around some just so I can get a feel for it. yeah, driving it feels like it is in sport mode. Like on a stock pickup, it's in sport mode all the time. You can see I hit 60 right there and the truck stayed in third gear the whole time, even after I let off the gas. Take the tune off, see how it drives, compare that way. But like I said, I'm just gonna take it off and then I will kind of just tell you guys later how it compares, what the differences are and all that, so you guys kind of get a feel for it. That way it's a better decision for you guys to help you decide if you want to purchase this tune, or, you know, maybe what to look out for, or if you do have it and you want to get rid of it, then what it's going to be like again. Maybe you forgot, I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna have to go home, watch my video of when I put the tune on to remember how to re-download the factory settings. I'm gonna get that done and then I will be back with you guys and we will do our second half of this test. Alright guys, and we're back. So I was going to put the just stock form back on like I mentioned earlier, but I was looking through the tuner and it actually came with a preloaded tune, like that they create just and put on all the tuners, I guess. But anyways, I saw that and I was like, well, I guess I'll just try that one first and see what it's like. I actually like that one a lot. That's what I put on it and I'm driving right now. You can see my average miles per gallon, which is 16 and a half. I reset it once I started driving, and it's very windy out, so half of that was driving into the wind, and half of it is driving with the wind. But I did notice, like when you're at a dead stop, you see the gearing too. I don't know if you can see that or not, but our gearing, it's like factory again, where you go from 1, 3, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With the tune that was on it, it went through every gear. I am noticing too, it doesn't do the little shutter thing, so that's why I believe it's not back in factory form, because I was kind of confused whether this was factory form or their pre-downloaded tune. And I'm like 99% sure it's their pre-downloaded tune. When I press on the gas right from the get-go, it still kind of has the same response that I did before. And so like that part is pretty good. Still seems to have the power when you're going at like low speeds and stuff. I do notice when you're on the highway and kind of get on it, it's a little laggy compared to what it was before. But the transmission is definitely better. It's not so, I don't want to say the word like deadly, but almost deadly. As you can see, we're in 8th, just went to 9th, and I'm sure we'll probably go to 10th here in a second. Maybe not, but either way, that's already better than it was before. It would be pulling 7 down this whole strip right here. I noticed the RPMs are lower than they would be before. Right now, I'd probably be getting like maybe 13 to the gallon, and it's at 16, slowly dropping because we're going uphill. Same tank of gas, still on the 91. I believe with this one it said 87 octane, but I don't really think it matters too much. You can see we hit 9th, and then I know before at least it was hitting 10th, but there we go, it's into 10th. That would never happen before. You can actually hear me talk when I'm driving, because like before, right now we'd be in 7th gear, maybe 8th gear the whole time. RPMs would be like 22, 2500-ish, and you would not be able to hear anything with how loud the exhaust is. Overall, I like it. The other one's definitely more fun to like race with or get around quickly or whatever, because I noticed especially on the highway, like I said, this one does feel kind of laggy when you get on it compared to the other one. It would be the same as when it's down low, you just tap it and it still just goes, but you still get that on the down low with this one. but it's just once you're up high highway speeds and it goes a little slower. So I guess if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead, drop it. Oh, almost just railed a turkey. That was interesting. Anyways, go ahead and drop your comments or questions or anything down in the comments below. I'll answer you guys about it. If you have any other suggestions on one of the tunes I have or whatever and you want to see run, let me know. I think for now I'm just going to keep it with this one, see if I have any problems with it or anything. Then if I don't like it for whatever reason or I don't want to run it, I'll just end up going back to the stock one probably. Or I might try out that 91 or the 87 performance toe, just because I'm curious to see what that's like. Because maybe the shifting won't be so hard or, you know, so deadly per se. It felt like it was shifting really hard and just kind of weird. But yeah, I think for now I'll just stick with this one, drive it around, see what it's like. But like I said before I almost got killed by a turkey. If you guys have any comments or questions or concerns or anything, drop it down in the comments below, let me know. That's pretty much going to be about it for this video. So as always, thanks for watching another video of Bloom Outdoors. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.